The Duprees are not done grilling Dani about her new marriage, while Nicole sets the record straight and makes some things very clear. And welcome back, Laura. What's good, y'all? She gets this Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Beyond the Gates video. And in this one, I'm breaking down season 1, episode number 154. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Beyond the Gates content and conversations. I don't know how to feel about this episode, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm a little bit agitated, but I feel like I'm agitated because I am about to be beefing with Mona, and I never expected myself to be beefing with Mona. But when I pull back and think about the episode as a whole, I'm like, Erica, how do you feel about the episode as a whole? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just focused on ragtag and Mona's ass. I'm just actually. I also want to throw Eva in there. She can get a swift 2-piece too. And a biscuit. Leslie was in this episode, but I wasn't really paying her too much mind. Because between Mona and Eva, I'm occupied. Let's talk about it. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and get the big thing out of the daggone way. This episode did a wonderful job of putting into one moment, one episode, one period of time, the two very real conversations that's being had, but the ridiculous energy that's been in place into both. In the whole Dani and Andre get summoned for brunch so that they can be grilled about why they're staying married because Vernon and Anita still don't see it for this marriage. At the same time, Nicole is receiving flowers and reflecting on going to Ted's hotel room the night before, to which Laura and Mona are like advocating for her to take her husband back and to go and get her man back and blah, 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 blah. And that just put me in a very weird predicament, y'all, because I am struggling with people advocating so hard for Dani to drop Andre like a badass habit, but then for Nicole to pick up Ted as if he did nothing wrong, as if enough time has passed. And you know what? It don't matter about no changed behavior. It don't matter about no actual accountability. It don't matter about no actual remorse. Y'all used to be what we thought was couple goals, so you need to get your asses back together. You used to be the perfect couple. You look perfect together, and I want that visual back, so y'all asses need to get together. We are actually uncomfortable with seeing y'all separated, so it doesn't matter if he no longer serves a great purpose within your life, Nicole. It doesn't matter if he's not emotionally and mentally there for you. It doesn't matter if you don't feel safe within your relationship and or your marriage with this man. None of what the hell Nicole actually wants even matters, because we like how y'all look together and y'all asses need to get together. And I'm just sitting here like, what lives are y'all living? Because on any day of the damn week, every day of the damn week to be specific, I will always choose Dani and Andre's relationship before I choose Ted and Nicole's. And the way the writers decided to handle this in reference to having these two big conversations in this one episode, it just crystallized for me of like, yo, this is the problem with Fairmont Crest. And this is the problem with most of the people in it. Too many of y'all are advocating for the wrong things. Y'all want Dani out of a relationship that's actually good for her. Good for her physically, good for her mentally, good for her emotionally. Hell, it might be good for her spiritually. We don't damn know. The orgasms go crazy. Dani is showing up within this relationship with Andre, flawed, yes, but truthfully grounded in her in her truth and who she is. She is empowered. She feels more confident than ever, more beautiful than ever. She feels seen. That matters. Too many people were like having a conversation around love. Oh, this person loves you. Oh, I love this person. But do you see that person? And not see what you want to see or see what you hope to see, but see who they actually are. Can you hear that person? Do you understand that person? Do they see, hear, and understand you? Because those are the little nuances that's supposed to come with love. It's supposed to come with the quote unquote relationship that y'all are charting as perfect and charting as relationship goals. It's supposed to be a little bit more to it than just a little bit of love. Love is a fickle thing, and it's very misunderstood of the collective, of the whole damn world. We throw that word love around as if it has no damn meaning at all a lot of times. So I'm watching this episode and I'm just like, what is wrong with y'all? But let me go ahead into why. What's my beef with Mona specifically? Y'all, honestly, it's just the audacity that's happening. Scene after scene, we have been watching people cape for Ted Richardson. And I'm just sitting here like, y'all have got to be crazy. It was one thing to have Kat advocating for her mama to take Ted back, because hell, that's her daddy, and she has this whole idea of who they were and how perfect they were. She's leading the charge and like, you guys are it, you guys are the goals, you guys are great. Not to mention she's projecting in reference to her relationship with Tomas. So okay, I can kind of live with it. I was already on Kat's ass, and I'm giving her a break because I understand. She's young, she's dumb, y'all know the damn rest. Her idealism is pushing that forward. She still believes in fairy tale love. That's what young people do. So when Laura brings her behind in this episode and she gets to spouting the same thing, I'm like, okay, Laura, you too? Well, also, you and Kat are the same age. Y'all haven't been through nothing yet. You don't actually know what is what when it comes to this romance thing. And you don't actually understand how damaging Ted's behavior, his mentality, and how he has moved both within the course of cheating on that woman actively and after, how harmful that actually is. Fine. But then when we get to Mona, you are a whole grown ass woman, Nicole's peer, Nicole's age, also taking the side of Ted and trying to tell her that she needs to get her damn man back. That's when I say, hold up a minute. Hold up a minute, because Mona, you're supposed to have the lived experience. Mona, you're supposed to have a little bit of thought to you. You're supposed to be able to touch in with the nuances that come with going through relationships and having the puppy love and then having the grown love. And hell, we ain't seen your husband yet, so we don't even know if you're together right now. So we know that you done been through some things. We just don't know what the things are. And you over here talking about her going to go get her man back? But then, y'all, I ain't even gonna lie. I was really mad at Mona, and then I sat with it. I sat with my feelings around Mona and my idea of her, and I said, you know what? I think I got it. I realized that Mona is not just giving advice. Mona is trying to ease her own conscience, because let's not forget, Mona is a part of the plan that let Eva infiltrate their house and their family in the first place. She was used by Leslie to get Eva into the position that she was in so that their plan could go off without a hitch. So Mona pushing Ted and Nicole back together, I don't know if it's about her happiness. And honestly, I'm leaning to believe that it's not about Nicole's happiness and Nicole going back and getting her man because that's what she ultimately wants, or that's what Mona believes her to want. I think it's about getting things back to normal, with the air quotes, so that Mona can stop feeling guilty about the role that she played in blowing up this marriage and creating a ton of dissension. And when I think about it like that, I'm like, okay, girl, that's a very selfish decision. But again, I need you to pull back, and I need you to put your big girl panties on. And you talk about Nicole is not just your boss, but she's also a family member and or friend. Then you need to show up as one, regardless of how guilty you feel. I need you to take the rose-colored glasses off when it comes to Ted Richardson. Now, don't get me wrong. She doesn't have a full visibility into what Ted has also still been doing. But I need you to take off the rose-colored glasses when it looks at Ted. I need you to worry less about your damn guilt and reposition yourself in a position to show up for Nicole wholly, simply for Nicole. Because to use your guilt to push her back into a situation that's not going to be conducive for her living her best life, it's only you continuing to perpetuate harm. It's not going to lead you to a place of actually not being guilty. Because let's say that she takes him back and he fucks up again, and it's worse. Everybody who rooted for this, because this is who Ted is, and he's shown us this, y'all. I actually am working on a video deep diving into the Nicole and Ted relationship, because I feel like the conversations that we have been having in the comment section, I think that we need to get a couple things straight, a couple things clear, and it ain't as clear as I would like it to damn be. But Ted is not this great guy that he seems to be. He is not this great husband and phenomenal father that he had seemed to be in the past. And that just is what it is. Now, I hope that Mona wakes her ass up when Nicole brings her behind back and says, yeah, I didn't ended it for good because I don't want that man. But Mona, she really did piss me off. And then meanwhile, like I mentioned, Vernon and Anita are over there at the damn mansion, putting Dani and Andre on trial, grilling them about their marriage. So y'all are tearing down the one relationship that is actually working, the one relationship that pulled Dani out of her depression, the one relationship where she feels seen, cherished, and is operating as her best self. That's the marriage that you want to end. So let me get this straight. There's a whole bunch of people in here. A champion for Nicole to go back to a man who lied, who cheated, who is still engaging with his mistress, who refuses to show up in the way that Nicole needs. Y'all want her to stay in a non-reciprocal relationship so that because it looks good. But y'all want Dani, who actually found love but don't know it yet, actually has support, actually have a life within this marriage to Andre. Y'all want her to throw that away, what? Because it don't look good to you? I couldn't live in Fairmont Crest because I'll be coming in there tearing up all types of norms. It's not working for me. And I'm tired of watching these people shepherd Nicole back into this toxicity while simultaneously trying to destroy the one healthy, well, it's not the only healthy couple, I'm not gonna say that, but one of the very few healthy couples that we actually get to see in this world. And that's gonna bring me to a little topical, I guess, conversation, like bring this to real life, because the thing that people are hanging their hats on is that Dani and Andre look off. Dani and Andre is messy. Andre is younger than Dani, and this don't look right. And the thing that they hanging on with Nicole is, oh, you and Ted look perfect together. Y'all just gave perfect couple goals. Do y'all realize how many perfect couples we have watched implode because behind closed doors it was hell? I'm gonna give y'all some examples because I don't think that we really grasping. I don't think we picking up on what we need to be picking up on. Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert looked amazing together for years. Looked perfectly yoked together for years. We found out a ton over the course of their divorce last year, and that man was wreaking havoc in that woman's life. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck look amazing together. Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson. Isn't that woman queer? They look great together. They work together. And yet and still, they were not meant to actually stay together and be together. Kim and Kanye. Beautiful gowns. I'm gonna just leave it there because I could make a whole damn video about Kim and Kanye. Angelina and Brad. For years, decades even. Seemed absolutely perfect. Khalees and Nas look stunning together. Black love personified. Hip hop royalty. And I'm gonna throw this one in there because they ain't broken up yet. But they ain't broken up partly, I fear, because of how tied together their lives are, and because Solange had to get his ass together in that elevator. Beyonce and Jay-Z. I would not be surprised if that dissolution happens at some point in her lifetime, and I won't be looking at her like, but he made you a billionaire, but y'all look so great together. Y'all gonna have to give it up. Y'all gonna have to get these couple goals and all this X, Y, and Z up and lean into the real. Deal with people for who they are. Believe people when they tell you who the hell they are. Listen to yourself, as Nicole is doing. I'm so proud of Nicole and how she's navigating this season in her life. In this episode, we're watching her have this conversation with Mona and unpacking what happened. So they don't even get to kiss. Her and Ted didn't even get to kiss the night before because Leslie pulled the fire alarm at the perfect time, and then she rushes out. He sends her this beautiful arrangement of flowers. Come to find out, it's from his catalog. He has a go-to arrangement of flowers for making up flowers. And y'all want to tell me that this is such a phenomenal man, that Ted was given perfect husband. The man has go-to flower arrangements for when he messes up. Y'all want to tell me that Ted was doing everything that he possibly could to keep his marriage, but he has a prescription for mess up flowers. Back to my focus on Nicole. I think that she handled this beautifully. She's having a conversation. She could talk people through. She didn't have to talk Mona through, but she talked Mona through her perspective. Ted sends her a text. He's at Orphe Jeans. Oh, she got to come to you, huh? Interesting. He's at Orphe Jeans if you want to talk. And she goes there and says, you know what? I probably would have slept with you the last night, but that fire alarm was actually perfect because I don't want to be with you. That season of our life is over. Maybe we can be friends in the future, but I need to move on, and I'm going to move on. As she should. She also, and this is a part I think that people haters gonna miss, she said that she forgive that man. Forgiving somebody does not mean that you put yourself back in the same circumstances that you were in before. Forgiving someone doesn't immediately mean giving people full access to you. You can forgive somebody and have your eyes wide open and move differently. But that's something I think that people get mixed up. Nicole has released, I guess, the animosity and the deep anger tied to the betrayal that Ted has dished her way. That is what the forgiveness is tied to. But forgiveness does not automatically mean forgetting. Forgiveness is no longer wishing ill will on you. No longer wanting to put my hands around that lady's neck every time I see her ass. Yeah. And I'm going to make my point to like bring it up every single time. She said that she forgive that man, and I actually believe her. And this is how she can continue to move on healthily. Because Ted doesn't immediately just get his wife back because he said, I'm sorry. That's not how this works. Maybe the next marriage that you have, if you want to keep it, you'll do something different. You'll actually be a great, consistent man if you're capable. Also, what happened is with Ted in this episode, which is putting me on Eva's ass, y'all, is that he runs into Eva at Orpheugene's, and then he starts to unpack what happened the night before with her. And this is where I have to throw up the red flag. Because one, on your part, Eva, you are literally the conduit for information from your dad to get filtered to your damn mama. Why are you still asking for details? Why are you prying into this man's life, knowing that you have slipped up in the past and you continuously communicate things about your dad to your mom and knowing who the hell your mama is? And then my second issue with you is once you get this information, you don't tell him, you know what, Dad, I think that mom actually pulled the fire extinguisher on you. You keep that information to yourself and then go and try to confront her yourself as if you're going to do something you're not. You don't hold that lady accountable. You never actually really have. I would have given you a monicum, a little tinge of respect if you would have looked Ted in his face and say, I think that my mama pulled that fire alarm on y'all. Because that's exactly what you do with your mama. The information flows one way with you, Eva, and that's why I can't get with you, Miss Girl. That's why I can't buy into even saying that you're a good person, because I don't trust it. Some of the stuff, yes, you're moving and you don't know and you're not thinking and blah, 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 blah. But some of this is your mama rubbing off on you, and you are still quite literally the hindrance in Ted's life. And because he's so busy trying to play catch up and being daddy dearest, he ain't going to hold you accountable, and he ain't going to put your feet to the fire into how you continuously are compromising him and his family unit. You want to get the doe eyes and be looking sad because you wasn't at the renewing of the vows for Martin and Smitty. You are still an op. You are still an active op. Your mama is conducting plans, crafting plans right now against this family, and you want to be invited to intimate moments. You want details on how Ted and Nicole almost reconciled so that you can what? Go and filter that information back to your goofy ass mama? Girl, please. So yeah, Eva pissed me off. And Ted, you pissed me off because you should be smarter than that. You have to figure out how you're going to navigate your little new daughter without still compromising your previous family. And because you're so busy and so excited to talk about something, oh, me and Nicole getting back together, in your mind, you get to run in your mouth to this girl who is literally the bridge between you and Leslie. Y'all could have talked about the weather. You could have talked about the office. Y'all could have talked about anything. And you steady offering up information, then wondering why you got there, how you got there. You're stupid. And I'm glad Nicole is not going back to your goofy ass because you don't deserve her. Now, top of the episode, y'all, is Vernon hiding something from Anita? Because he's on the phone when she walks in and she gets to asking all these damn questions and he looks suspicious. Anita is suspicious, but we don't really get any details about that because then their storyline becomes about them grilling Dani and Andre. And shout out to them for holding their damn own. I love it. I love that they standing 10 toes down, and I'm enjoying the Dani and Andre relationship. I've already spoken about how this is so good for her, so I'm not going to go ahead and continue to beat that damn dead horse. But two pieces of dialogue that I do want to bring up when it comes to Anita and Vernon before I get on out of here. And let me know what y'all thought about this in the comment section down below. Don't forget to post your comment and give a like, pretty please. Anita says, I need you to help me make sense of this marriage. Why? Why does it have to make sense to you? That was my first thought. Pretty much my only thought. Anita was asking all these questions, and yes, she's her mama, but at the end of the day, this woman is grown. This woman is over 40. Why does her marriage, why does anything that she chooses to do in her life have to make sense for you? When the things that made sense for you that she chose to do in her life before have blown up in her damn face. Didn't you approve a bill? Oh, okay. So maybe she is on to something and sticking with the man that y'all asses don't approve of. Because clearly y'all's little Y'all's little raggedy Negro Dar is just as broken as hers is. Oh, okay. And now it's gotten fixed and y'all can't control her. So you want to be, yeah, okay. Anita, please. And then when Vernon says, I don't know if I want that kind of arrangement for my daughter, but your daughter wants it for herself. So who gives a shit the arrangement that you want for her, Vernon? And honestly, this put me in the mind of thinking about, like, yes, our parents be wanting the best for us, but that doesn't mean that they know what's best for us. Our parents are operating from an encyclopedia of their lived experiences and all the things that they have acquired over the course of their lives. But the world changes. I was supposed to be a doctor. Do I think I could have been a doctor? Absolutely. Do I still have my master's degree? Yes, I do. But in America, me being a doctor would have been probably a soul-crushing experience for me, specifically because of how our healthcare system works. How our healthcare system has been indoctrinated and is the whole of big pharma, in my opinion. And more doctors spend time getting people hooked on drugs than they do actually helping them. And if I would have had to be one of those people, I would have hated my life. But that was a career that my parents actually agreed and support with. My father was 10 toes down and like, yes, that's what you need to do. Everything's about academics. It's a very small amount of things that you could be when I was coming up that would be acceptable to my immigrant ass daddy. And this isn't because he wanted the worst for me. It's not because he wanted me to be miserable, because he wanted me to be able to sustain a life and live well and have money and do certain things based off of his lived experience. I now get to do this amongst other things and tell stories, which is ultimately what I want to do. And I figured that out. And he don't understand it to save his damn life, but I'm happy and I'm grounded. And when I look at the conversation being had around Dani and how overly critical they are, people are completely just skipping over the fact that she's actually happy. She was able to go through one of the worst seasons of like depression and darkness on the back of her divorce, her out of the nowhere divorce. And the decisions that she made with this man specifically have brought her back to herself, have cut the light back on in her eyes, and y'all are demonizing it. Y'all are trying to destroy it. That's when I got to throw up the damn red flag, because again, your family might want the best for you, but they don't know what that is. And Dani has a right, just like everybody else, to figure that out. And I love this for her. Now, I got one more piece of dialogue that I want to point out, because I wrote this down, y'all. I be writing notes every now and again when something comes up and I'm just like, oh, hell no. I write it down. Ted said, last night reminded us how good we were together. Because y'all were about to kiss? Because she was about to hop in bed with you? Do you know how many men have perfected, okay? Perfected their down below game. They work that thing down below they waist better than any tool in any toolbox. And it's great in the moment and it feels great. But that does not actually equate to y'all being great together. That is sexual chemistry and sexual satisfaction, Ted. You're taking that one moment where she almost kissed you and could have gotten in your bed. It's like, oh, this is a reminder that we were so good together. Meanwhile, you have not even consistently tried to show up in her life and make her life easier. You have not even offered any protection against your lunatic ass mistress. But you want her to remember how good y'all were together because of what you can do with your member? Ted, go to hell. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Let me know what you thought about the episode in the comment section down below. It's your good sis you love to talk TV with. Thank you so much for watching another Beyond the Gates video, and I'll see you in my next one.